the handoff for McCaffrey. He's got the first down, and a stiff arm of Curl gives him a few more inside the 15.
NFL News Today.
Rushing yards that year. Big to McCaffrey, give it to Samuel in space with the...
Rookies will push the responsibilities of three Commander veterans. After a successful 2024 NFL Draft, the Washington Commanders have some fascinating rookies leading the charge for playing time and responsibilities as the team prepares for the upcoming season. The Commanders franchise hasn't had a winning record in 9 years, so adding new players will raise the group's general talent level. Young players will need to step up if Washington is to win this season, and these three rookies, starting with wide receiver Luke McCaffrey, who is vying for Jamison Crowder's job, could accomplish exactly that. Prior to discussing the rookies on the Commanders who will challenge veterans for slots on the depth chart, we must give credit to the first-year players who appeared to have won their starting position even before the first preseason snap was taken. Barring an unexpected circumstance, quarterback Jayden Daniels, the second overall selection in this year's draft, will open the season at quarterback. The same is probably true for Mike Sainristil, a second-round pick out of Michigan who will probably play at nickel cornerback from the start for the team's thin secondary. Aside from those two, though, the remaining rookies and the Commanders will have to fight against veterans for time, and these three encounters should make for entertaining training camp viewing. Jason Crowder versus Luke McCaffrey. The player Luke McCaffrey is amazing. Ed, his father, won the Super Bowl 3 times. Christian, his brother, is possibly the league's top running back. Luke might make an immediate impact as a third-round choice when he joins the NFL. Of the young wide receiver duos in the league, Terry McLaurin and Jahan Dotson of the Commanders are undoubtedly among the best. Nevertheless, a top-tier offense in the NFL nowadays need a minimum of 3 receivers who can make a difference, and McCaffrey might be that player. Curtis Samuel, who is currently with the Buffalo Bills, finished as the team's second-best wide receiver last season with 62 receptions for 613 yards and 4 touchdowns. At 4th place, Jamison Crowder had 16 receptions for 189 yards and a touchdown. Even at age 31, Crowder, a 9-year NFL veteran on his second stint in Washington, is more than capable of finishing with a season of 600 yards or more. But it would be great if the Commanders could locate a young player with greater promise to take Samuel's place. Even with his heritage, Luke McCaffrey's path to the NFL was not conventional. At Nebraska, he began his career as a quarterback before transferring to Rice and switching to wide receiver. He may not be the most experienced pass catcher, but he comes from a line of pass catchers and has the advantage of watching the game from the quarterback's point of view, which could help a rookie quarterback like Daniels. There are also veterans on the Commanders roster, including Olamide Zaccheaus and Diami Brown, both of whom are mediocre at best. Given that as his rival, McCaffrey is likely to begin the season as WR3. Zach Ertz versus Ben Sinnott. In his prime, Zach Ertz was a criminally underappreciated tight end who played in 3 Pro Bowls and had 6 seasons in a row with at least 700 yards. But Ertz is 33 years old today, and he turns 34 in November. His output has similarly declined, from 763 yards in 2021 to 406 yards in 2022 to 187 yards in the most recent season. Watch out for second-round pick Ben Sinnott, even though Zach Ertz is a reliable veteran who might serve as a fantastic mentor for Jayden Daniels and the rookie tight ends behind him. This season, the 6'4", 250-pound Kansas State native Sinnott will help the Commanders with his speed, flexibility, and route-running skills. As a fullback last season, he earned the All-Big 12 team and is capable of running routes at all 3 levels. Although Sinnott can move around the formation, he should spend a significant amount of time on the field with Ertz even if he won't start off as an inline blocker like Ertz does. And expect Sinnott to be one of the Commanders' rookies who unseats a veteran like Ertz if he and Daniels can click early on or if play-caller Cliff Kingsbury can find inventive ways to use him. Jonathan Allen versus Jahan Newton. Jahan Newton, a second-round pick out of Illinois, is the penultimate rookie on the Commanders who may push more experienced players for playing time. Darren Payne and Jonathan Allen, the starting defensive tackles for Washington and first-round picks, are both Pro Bowl players, so the slightly undersized defensive tackle has his work cut out for him. Even though both of them suffered last season when the team traded away Montez Sweat and Chase Young, these two will be difficult to oust. Most of the time, these two lack QB pressure. Allen had never had a season with more than 10 sacks, while Payne's 11.5 sacks in 2022 was an anomaly because he had never finished a campaign with more than 5.0 sacks, regressing to 4.0 sacks the previous year. Newton has the strength and quickness to trouble interior linemen at the next level. He was prolific in college. Which DT Newton would replace is difficult to predict if he performs well right away. Payne has only one Pro Bowl, compared to Allen's two, but Allen's contract is more easier to terminate after the 2019-20 season. In any case, these two veterans of the Commanders should be on the lookout for this disruptive internal force that could threaten their careers.
Powell is going to have to get rid of it. Wow, that would have been an incredible play by Lenore. Adam, Mark, and Christina here at FedEx Field. Boy, Sam Darnold lost the ball there. He'll get it back. So we'll see what the Cowboys have to play for after games all finish up. Imagine they'll be battling for some seeding as well. Catch made by John Bates. Tackle was made by Isaiah Oliver. We'll see who starts next week. And quarterback for Washington as well.